You could be the coolest woman in the world. You just may be the coolest woman in the world.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
And you have the coolest name, Isabella Rossellini.
Isabella Rossellini has always been a name that turns heads, but lately her transformation is stealing the spotlight like never before. The daughter of legendary actress Ingrid Bergman and renowned director Roberto Rossellini, Isabella seemed destined for stardom. From her unforgettable role in Blue Velvet to gracing countless magazine covers as the face of Lancome, she's lived a life of elegance and accomplishment. But now, at 72, Isabella's journey has taken an inspiring turn. With her timeless beauty and fearless embrace of aging, she's proving that reinvention has no age limit. But the real question is, why is everyone talking about her? Join us as we dive into her incredible journey and talk about her transformation that is truly breathtaking. The fan letter that changed everything. Before Isabella Rossellini entered the world, her mother, Swedish actress Ingrid Bergman, unknowingly set the stage for one of Hollywood's most scandalous love stories. Bergman wrote a fan letter to Italian filmmaker Roberto Rossellini, expressing her desire to collaborate. The letter wasn't romantic, despite rumors that it was signed with the phrase, "Ti amo," I love you. Isabella later debunked the myth, explaining to BAM, "In the mythology of the press, it was a love letter, but of course it wasn't." Bergman had intended humor, aware of her global fame and its weight. The two eventually worked together on the 1950 film Stromboli. Their professional relationship quickly became personal, leading to a passionate affair. Both Bergman and Rossellini were married at the time, which caused an uproar, unlike other Hollywood scandals that were often brushed under the rug. Bergman, in particular, faced severe backlash and was alienated from the United States for 7 years. According to The Guardian, her request for a divorce from her husband, Petter Lindstrom, was initially denied. It wasn't until after she gave birth to her first child with Rossellini, Roberto Jr., that she was granted a divorce in absentia in Mexico. By 1952, Bergman and Rossellini welcomed twins, Isabella and Ingrid. While Ingrid chose a career in education, Isabella gravitated toward the spotlight, following in her parents' glamorous footsteps. But her journey was far from ordinary. A unique childhood in a complex family. Isabella Rossellini grew up in a large, unconventional family. Her father, Roberto Rossellini, had children from multiple relationships, creating a dynamic household of 7 siblings. In a 1983 interview on Late Night with David Letterman, Isabella described the chaos of her upbringing, even sharing a humorous story about how a chipped tooth came from her brother throwing a telephone at her face. Her childhood was shaped by frequent moves between France, Italy, and Sweden. As a result, Isabella became trilingual, though her fluency in Swedish faded over time. She and her twin sister Ingrid were inseparable during these years, sharing a room and wearing matching outfits until they were 12. Despite the seemingly glamorous life, financial struggles loomed over the family. Isabella told the New York Times, "Sometimes people think that with fame comes money, but it doesn't. My father was always an experimental filmmaker. He was never a box office success." Her parents' relationship ended just 6 years after her birth. The custody battle that followed added to the turbulence of her early years. But Isabella's resilience and upbringing in a culturally rich environment set the stage for her eventual success. Trials of health and heartbreak. Isabella's teenage years were marked by challenges that shaped her character. At 12, she was diagnosed with scoliosis, a spinal condition that required surgery and a lengthy recovery. Her mother, Ingrid Bergman, paused her career for 2 years to care for her daughter, a gesture that left a lasting impact. Isabella later reflected, "My mother, who had a full career, stopped working for 2 years to be with me every day while I was ill." The struggles didn't stop there. During her teenage years, Isabella experienced physical assault, an event she has rarely discussed in detail. She revealed to Vulture that the perpetrator was someone her age and that naming him would destroy his life. In Italian culture, date rape occurs often because of society's misinterpretation of consent, she explained. This heartbreaking experience stayed with her, shaping her views on gender and consent. Despite these hardships, Isabella's determination never wavered. Her resilience and the support of her mother helped her overcome these early challenges and forge ahead, from translator to Tinseltown. At 19, Isabella's life took a significant turn when her mother sent her to New York to attend Finch College. The move was driven by a practical reason: Isabella's limited knowledge of English. She understood that fluency in English was key to unlocking opportunities, telling Interview, "When I grew up, if you knew English, the doors would open everywhere." Her efforts paid off when she landed a job as a translator for Italian journalist Gianni Mina. This role not only improved her language skills but also introduced her to the world of stars. Isabella accompanied Mina on interviews, meeting icons like Muhammad Ali. Reflecting on the experience, she told Vulture, "It was the best job you could do. I learned problem-solving, research." Her work also led to a chance meeting with filmmaker Martin Scorsese. What began as a professional connection blossomed into a romance. Scorsese invited Isabella to watch his documentary The Last Waltz, and by 1979, they were married. The couple often visited Italy together, with Scorsese showing a deep interest in her father's culture and work. "When I married Martin Scorsese, I didn't think there was that much interesting about me," Isabella admitted to the Irish Independent. "But he was fascinated by my father." Their marriage, however, was short-lived. The couple divorced in 1982, the same year Isabella's mother, Ingrid Bergman, passed away from breast cancer. Despite the heartbreak, Isabella's career was just beginning to take off, setting the stage for her rise as a model, actress, and cultural icon. A marriage and divorce in 30 minutes. Isabella Rossellini's personal life has always been unconventional, and her second marriage was no exception. In one whirlwind day, she divorced Martin Scorsese and married Jonathan Wiedemann, all within half an hour in Santo Domingo. For Isabella, the marriage wasn't a grand romantic gesture, it was more of a formality. Wiedemann's family wanted the union, and Rossellini's Lancome contract was at risk if she didn't tie the knot. "To me, marriage didn't mean a relationship, it meant a document like your passport or a visa," she told the Los Angeles Times. Isabella's practicality about marriage stemmed from her disdain for societal pressures, especially the moralistic attitudes of Catholic Italy. "When people were scandalized that I was pregnant but wasn't married to Jonathan, I said, 'So what?'" she shared. The marriage didn't last long. Although they wed in 1983, the couple separated within a year, officially divorcing in 1986. The experience reinforced Isabella's belief that marriage wasn't for her. "In Europe, it's quite common not to get married and to live together," she explained in another interview. In contrast, she found Americans rushed into marriage only to split up and reconcile repeatedly. For Isabella, the whole process felt unnecessary. "In fact, I only got married to Americans because they asked. 2 weeks into dating them," she joked. A family built around passion and legacy. Together, Jonathan Wiedemann and Isabella had a daughter, Elettra Wiedemann, born in 1983. Elettra later credited Weber for bringing her parents together, saying, "I owe my existence to Bruce Weber and Calvin Klein." Isabella, grieving the loss of her mother at the time, wanted to start her own family, and she and Wiedemann didn't waste time making it happen. Elettra, like her mother, stepped into the modeling world, working with brands like Haus Entropia. She even collaborated with Isabella on creative projects, including a documentary and a music video. Despite her roots in a famous family, Elettra chose to stay low-key about her lineage. She once shared that she avoids using her last name professionally. Later, Isabella decided to expand her family further. 10 years after Elettra's birth, she adopted a son, Roberto, naming him after her father. Both children carry on Isabella's legacy in their own unique ways. Elettra as a model and farm executive, and Roberto as a reflection of her commitment to family. Denying the rumors about Mikhail Baryshnikov. When Isabella's marriage to Jonathan Wiedemann ended, rumors swirled that her co-star from the film White Nights, Mikhail Baryshnikov, was to blame. The gossip suggested the two had an affair during filming. Newspapers like the South Florida Sun-Sentinel and the Washington Post speculated about their relationship, and even years later, The Guardian reported the rumors as fact. Isabella, however, denied the affair at the time, though she admitted the situation was tricky. "I feel embarrassed saying I'm not having an affair because it sounds like it's not true," she told the Sentinel. The media's fascination with the alleged romance left her frustrated, but she spoke highly of Baryshnikov. "People said I was in love with Misha from the first time I saw him. I can understand why they would say that. Just look at him. He's not only charming and beautiful, he's intelligent, brilliant," she admitted. Even though she insisted they were just friends, Isabella clearly admired Baryshnikov. In a 2019 conversation with his daughter Anna, Isabella mentioned that she had known Anna all her life. Anna also recalled seeing pictures of Isabella around her house growing up. Whether or not their bond ever went beyond friendship, one thing was certain: Baryshnikov left a lasting impression on Isabella. The accidental beginning in modeling. Isabella Rossellini's modeling career began entirely by chance. A casual photo shoot with the acclaimed photographer Bruce Weber ended up landing her on the cover of Vogue. That one cover changed her life. After that, Isabella became a regular in the magazine, solidifying her presence in the fashion world. Despite her rising fame, she avoided wearing her wedding ring during shoots. Models weren't supposed to have an identity beyond the photograph, she told Vulture. She understood the industry demanded women to be blank slates, representing society's fantasy of perfection. Her breakthrough moment with Vogue led to a long-lasting partnership with Lancome, a gig that brought her wealth but limited her personal expression. Isabella once told Evan Smith on Overheard that she handled her finances carefully, influenced by the feminist movement of her time. She wasn't about to let her success define her without boundaries. In the mid-1990s, however, her Lancome contract ended abruptly because of her age, which was a harsh reality for women in the beauty industry. Remarkably, the company brought her back over 2 decades later, celebrating her as a symbol of resilience and joy. "I'm not there now to represent beauty," she shared with The Guardian. "I'm there to represent a different dream, joyfulness. Life goes on, and there are many chapters." Breaking boundaries with Blue Velvet. In 1986, Isabella took on the daring role of Dorothy Valens in Blue Velvet, directed by David Lynch. The part was originally meant for Helen Mirren, who declined it, leaving Isabella to step into the spotlight. The film told a dark, gritty story of love and danger, and its explicit themes sparked controversy. Isabella became a central figure in the conversations around the movie, with many criticizing the intensity of her role. Renowned film critic Roger Ebert was vocal about his concerns, saying he felt the actor's emotional well-being had been overlooked. "The movie is powerful, challenging, and made with great skill, and yet it made me feel pity for the actors who worked in it," he wrote. But Isabella was quick to defend herself and the project. "I am an adult, no one uses me," she told Backstage. But did you know that the backlash from Blue Velvet had professional consequences? Her agent dropped her, uncomfortable with the public attention surrounding her role. Despite this, Isabella viewed the film as life-changing, one that helped solidify her status as a fearless actress willing to take risks. Love and Loss with David Lynch. Isabella's professional relationship with David Lynch turned into a personal one after they worked together on Blue Velvet in 1986. The two began dating, ending her marriage to Jonathan Wiedemann in the process. For a while, their relationship seemed idyllic, with Isabella finding inspiration in Lynch's creativity and vision. But after 6 years together, their relationship came to an unexpected end. For Isabella, it was a shocking and painful experience. "All my instincts had told me that we were a happy couple," she shared with Die Zeit. The breakup blindsided her, leading her to therapy and conversations with other women who had faced similar heartbreaks. Lynch later expressed regret over how he handled the separation, admitting to Vulture, "I feel bad about cutting it off that way." Despite the heartache, Isabella leaned on the passage of time to heal, drawing strength from her previous losses, including the death of her parents. Time heals, she reflected, embracing resilience yet again. Now, did you know that she was once engaged to Gary Oldman? A brief but serious romance with Gary Oldman? Isabella Rossellini and Gary Oldman's relationship moved quickly. The two met while filming the 1994 movie Immortal Beloved, a biopic about Ludwig van Beethoven. During filming, they fell for each other, and within just a few weeks, they were already discussing marriage. In 1993, they got engaged and even lived together briefly. Despite the fast-paced romance, their relationship was marked by challenges. Rossellini later described her time with Oldman as short in an interview with the Irish Independent, explaining that his struggles with alcohol deeply affected their relationship. "He was struggling with alcohol. I got him in his best years," she said. The couple ended their engagement in 1996, leaving behind plans for marriage that never materialized. Oldman has since been married multiple times, but their whirlwind romance still stands out as a notable chapter in Isabella's life. Gary Oldman's battle with addiction was a major factor in the couple's relationship troubles. Before meeting Rossellini, Oldman was infamous for his wild drinking habits, reportedly going on 4-day benders and racking up huge hotel bills. During their time together, his drinking escalated, leading Isabella to take a firm stance. After a particularly extreme incident, a 70-day drinking spree that reportedly left Oldman's tongue black, Rossellini gave him an ultimatum. According to the Mirror, she told him he needed to go to rehab if they were to marry. Oldman agreed, entered rehab, and achieved sobriety. Although the marriage never happened, this period marked a turning point in Oldman's life. Staying friends with ex-partners. While Isabella Rossellini doesn't openly discuss her relationship with Gary Oldman often, she has spoken fondly of her other exes. She's been clear that she values the connections she's made, even after the relationship's end. For instance, she has praised her second husband, Jonathan Wiedemann, for his creativity and his later work as a design director at Microsoft. Rossellini's most public admiration is reserved for directors Martin Scorsese and David Lynch, both of whom she had romantic relationships with. "They are exceptional people, highly intelligent, funny, bubbling," she told the Taipei Times. For Rossellini, their originality and passion reminded her of her father, the legendary director Roberto Rossellini. Her admiration goes beyond their work as filmmakers. "If someone has an interesting brain, to go with them is an interesting ride," she said to Vulture. This mutual respect is echoed by Scorsese, who once told the New York Times, "She has sincerity and intelligence. It shows in the acting, and the power she has just in the image of her face." Rossellini's ability to remain on good terms with her exes reflects her respect for the shared journeys they had, no matter how they ended. Isabella Rossellini transformation at 72. Isabella Rossellini, the timeless actress and model, celebrated her 72nd birthday this year, and she continues to captivate with her radiant beauty. Known for her signature red lipstick, black pixie cut, and infectious charm, Isabella has mastered the art of aging gracefully while staying true to herself. Isabella never steps away from her iconic beauty routine, even when tending to her sheep on her beloved farm. "One tip I've followed is to wear makeup every day, but keep it simple," she told New Beauty. She focuses on enhancing one feature, her lips, by always wearing her signature red lipstick. "Even on the farm, I have lipstick in my purse," she confessed. For Isabella, beauty goes beyond makeup. Daily swimming in her indoor pool, Tai Chi, and meditation are key to her routine. "Meditation focuses you, it stops the chatting in your brain," she explained, sharing how it helps her prepare for the stage or set. As a face of Lancome, Isabella swears by their products. She adores the Renergy serum, using it night and day. "It's the best," she said, adding that a good body cream is essential for her daily swims. For Isabella, beauty is a blend of simplicity, care, and confidence. Speaking of which, Isabella Rossellini has embraced her life and career with no regrets. At 72, she reflects a life filled with rich experiences and valuable lessons. Over 5 decades in the industry, Isabella has proven her versatility as a model, actor, and even an animal behaviorist. Her career has been nothing short of remarkable, but what truly sets her apart is her ability to adapt and thrive in new challenges. From redefining beauty in her modeling years to taking on unconventional film roles, Isabella continues to impress. Her resilience and wisdom are now channeled into a powerful performance in Edward Berger's Conclave, where she brings depth to her character, Sister Agnes. Isabella's recent role in Conclave. Isabella Rossellini's recent role in Conclave is nothing short of captivating. She takes on the character of Sister Agnes, a nun who is both enigmatic and commanding. Isabella's decades of experience shine through as she masterfully conveys strength and mystery, often without saying a single word. Her subtle expressions and body language bring Sister Agnes to life, creating a character that feels both powerful and deeply intriguing. Speaking of which, playing a silent yet intimidating role is no easy task, but Isabella's ability to communicate volumes without dialogue sets her apart. In Conclave, the ambitious cardinals maneuver and scheme to elect a new pope after the mysterious death of the previous one. Amidst this chaos, Sister Agnes quietly holds crucial secrets, making her a force to be reckoned with. Isabella's performance adds a layer of tension that keeps viewers glued to the screen, proving once again that she is a true master of her craft. Even at this age, Isabella Rossellini is all about talent, resilience, and reinvention. Her portrayal of her recent character shows that her artistry only deepens with time. What do you think of Isabella's ability to reinvent herself, both on screen and off? And more importantly, how does her journey inspire you to embrace change and new challenges? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more such stories.